I joined Roblox all the way back in 2019, and I used to play so many games that were just, well, amazing at the time. And these games used to bring in like hundreds of thousands of players, and now they're only bringing in like 3. So what happened? Well, I don't know exactly, but in today's video and videos to come, I will be attempting to make these games popular again. Now, let me tell you about the game I will be fixing today. There are so many games where you get +1 jump power a second to jump over higher and higher walls. Well, in the game I used to play, your jump power stayed the same. You had to use other players to get you over the wall. Let me show you. Hey, since we're friends and all, could you just join me in this game for a video?
No.
Don't worry, he'll be joining.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Emotional damage.
2 seconds later.
There you are. I knew you'd come to your senses eventually.
Bro, I'm not losing subs because of you.
Okay, whatever you say, but let's just play this game. So basically all you do is just jump over these walls that go up by 1 stud every time. And once you get far, these little buttons appear so that you can let your partner through. I'm sorry, ain't no way you're dancing on me right now. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. Just wait until I get you back. Oh great, and now you're laughing, whatever. Excuse me, I didn't know this was tea time. I thought it was let me through time. Jeez, thank you. Oh yes, sweet revenge. Oh wow. And now you just leave? Come on, man. Yeah, so basically that's all it is. There's multiple different stages as you can see here, which I don't end up making because I'm lazy and didn't feel like it. Anyway, let's just get started. So there is a lot of time lapses in this video, but I'll be talking through a lot of them and basically just what I do so that you don't get too bored. Right here I'm just making the starting place, which did end up getting changed, so stay tuned for that. But I just added a quick texture to it and then, yeah, went from there. Now you can see I'm starting to make the walls, which kind of took me a while to figure out the spacing and everything, but it did end up turning out pretty good. If you didn't see in the original game, the starting stage, which I'm making right now, is like a rainbow stage. So I did do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, and then just repeated that over and over again. If you also didn't notice, which you probably didn't, every like 5 to 10 studs, there's like this little text label basically saying how many studs it is. And it took me forever to figure out how to do that, but I did end up getting it to work as you can see here, and I'm glad I spent the time to do it because it looks really nice. Now, because this was such a long and tedious process, I'm just gonna skip to the part where I finished this stage. Boom, done. And now, right now, as you can see, I'm making this little circular platform, and you're probably like, well, what is this for? Well, actually, this is at the end of every stage, and it basically just gives you a win for finishing the stage. The scripting of this wasn't too bad because I did end up having to ask ChatGPT, mostly because I tried to do it on my own and it just wasn't working, so. And now that that is done, it's time for the second stage that I end up making. It's basically just the same stage, only the walls are way higher. It starts from 51 studs instead of 1 stud, and it goes all the way up to 100. This one actually wasn't too hard because all I had to do was rescale them, and it didn't take too long. Now that that's done, it's time for the lobby. And you're probably like, well, there was no lobby in the original game. And to that I say, you're exactly right. But what I also have to say is, I can't just take the whole entire old game and just copy it piece by piece. So I did do this a little bit differently. I saw a nice lobby the other day, I don't remember where, but I remembered part of it and I kind of just used that as inspiration. It turned out really nice. Right now I'm just making the platform and the stairs up to it. Right here, I'm making the border around the platform piece, which didn't turn out as great as I wanted it to, but it'll do. I'm adding a texture onto all of the grass, which just helps so much. And right now, I'm making a tree, which didn't turn out as great as I wanted it to, so I did end up remaking it, but you can watch anyway. Now that the trees are done, for now, I'm making a nice path that will lead to something you'll see very soon. Now that the path is done, I did remake the trees as you can see here, and right now, I'm making a portal, which I do end up changing because I change everything I do. Like I said earlier, I do end up remaking the portals, but that was off screen. So right now I'm just making the other portals. 3, 2, 1. Yep, here's the remade portals, which honestly I think turned out a whole lot better. Now I'm using the plugin that I used last video that makes fences, and I made this little circular fence around a nice fountain I made and some benches. And now is one of my favorite parts, placing all the trees. I don't know why I like doing this, but it's just really fun. I made some big ones, medium ones, small ones, and then just used the brush tool. I also added them to border, which honestly in my opinion makes it a whole lot better. And now I'm adding rocks, which just adds a little bit of color variation and makes it a bit better. Once that was all done, I did make a second layer of borders, which I do recommend doing for all of your maps. And now the game is done. But you're probably like, well, you never made those button things. Actually, you're probably not asking that, but you'll be correct. I didn't add those. And that's because I couldn't figure it out. I asked ChatGPT and it couldn't even figure it out. So I just didn't do it. But if you want me to do it eventually, I will. Now it's time to ask ChatGPT for a game name. Oh wow, it gave me 2 really good names. But now I need a description. Okay, this is actually a pretty good description. Thanks, ChatGPT. Alright, now that we got the name and the description, all we need is an icon and a thumbnail, which I actually already took pictures of, so I just gotta import them. Icon imported, save that, thumbnail imported. I think we're all done. And now if you're wondering if the game actually got popular, well, no. Because I didn't sponsor it and it wasn't that good. I thank you so much for sticking to the end. I know this video was a bit longer than usual, but I hope you enjoyed. Please smash the like button and maybe subscribe if you want. Click on one of these videos. Trust me, they're good.